Welcome into the stream. And we have an action-packed Saturday. Wildcard weekend is finally here. We have college basketball, huge slate of college basketball games. Got some NBA, got a little bit of NHL as well. You know, got probably about, maybe 10 NHL games. Do have roughly around 6, I would say, NBA games. So there's a lot to jump into, a lot to dive into. A lot of promos, a lot of bonuses. We got a lot to get at. So hopefully you guys checked out the stream yesterday. How about those happy hour boosts on FanDuel? Cash Jaylen Brown, cash Jeremiah Fears. Take $50, turn it into over $200 paid out. Was just sick. So hopefully you guys copied those first basket happy hour profit boosts that we hit up on FanDuel. It was a lot of fun. So I got the positive EV tool teed up here. Chi-Town, what's going on? Happy Saturday to you. And here we go. Just going to refresh the page, see what we have going on. Looks like Better is our top. Better and Underdog. So we'll go with Underdog first. See what we can do here. Kobe White over on points. George over on his PRA. And Kawhi. Kawhi over on his PRA. All right. Underdog 3-pick slip, no insurance. Bingo. We start this off rocking and rolling. Irish, what's going on? Nice to hear that, Irish. Nice to hear that. Sorry. So there's a 3-pick slip on Underdog. Right off the hop. So now let's go ahead on Better. We got a Devontae Adams, a Loveland, a Wemby discount. So I'm going to go with Devontae Adams because that's the first game today, guys. Rams, Panthers. And then we got Bears, Packers today, which is still, to have 2 games on Wildcard Weekend is going to be awesome. So we'll grab his discount, and then I'll take Wemby over on points. Let's see what we got here. Over 20.5. And then who else can we go with? We can go back to the well. I'm probably going to go back to the well and go with Kobe White. And we're looking at the over 16.5 points. This is the Devontae Adams discount over here on Better. 3-pick entry, no insurance, guys, so it pays out 6x. I'll share this with you. We already shared an Underdog slip. Anton, what's going on? Ken, good morning to you. Skunky, big time cha-ching, man. How about Indiana? Wasn't even close. They kicked Oregon's ass. So I had Indiana -4. So shout out to Skunky. He had a ladder. I don't know, man. What'd you have? Like seven different legs on that thing? I had Indiana -4. And as soon as they got the pick 6, I thought I was being smart by trying to grab Oregon at +7.5, thinking I was going to create a middle for myself. Ended up making like $30 overall on the transaction because I never bet it again, which kind of stinks, but is what it is. All right, so we've shared a Better slip and an Underdog slip thus far, guys. And we'll take advantage of the Better discounts. We'll take the Loveland discount here. Over on his receiving yards. And then I'll throw in McConnell and Roman Yossi. So Yossi to get a point. And then we'll look at McConnell. But yeah, absolute thorough beating. I mean, I hope we have somewhat of for those of that are curious, last night I bet Indiana -7 at BetOnline. I'm not sure how much Miami's going to be able to make a game of this. Plus, I also just know that, Cignetti doesn't take his foot off the gas. You just know that. He doesn't let up. So, 8 steps on that ladder, Sunky said. Should have kept it going. MP, what's going on, man? There's the other Better slip, guys. So we took advantage of the 2 discounts right now. I'll kind of pause there on Better because we have one more Wemby discount that we can hit up, and we'll do that a little bit later. Okay, I hit a really nice 3-leg SGP parlay yesterday on DraftKings as well, which I was really pumped up about. Made about $650 in profit. Got a Wemby play on parlay play. All right. This is obviously DVigging to Pinnacle, guys, so I don't see any. I'm looking for PrizePicks. I'm looking for DraftKings Pick 6, even Dabble. It's just all better and underdog. Make sure I have other books selected. Yeah, I do. Okay. Let's DVig to FanDuel. What do we got? We'll take a look at the sharp money tool as well. Pretty much more of the same. Do have a Higbee play here on PrizePicks. Andrew Wiggins. Here's Tippett. Here we go. Tippett, okay, but I need 2 more plays on Dabble. Yeah, not seeing that there. Not seeing any other real Dabble value. Siakam's low. Wiggins is good. Let's go to sharp money tool. McDaniels, this liquidity is pretty low. Not many are offering player steals. Collier, it's 3 cents better to FanDuel, so it's like, Kind of feel bad. I should have put, by the way, yesterday we hit Jalen Williams, and anyone tailed the play on Props Builder yesterday. OddsGM wanted me to bet like $700 on his over PRA. I should have, because he cashed that one with ease as well. Yeah, Skunky, that's what I was waiting to see. I was like, all right, fourth quarter, they're going to yank Mendoza and put in his younger brother probably after the first series. Maybe give him one series in the fourth quarter where the starter is in, and then they'll pull him for Alberto. And it never happened. Just never happened. So, kind of interested to take a look because I bet it on BetOnline. BetOnline last night was the only book offering -7. Everyone else was offering -7.5. And no, looks like you can still definitely get mine. I got it at -125 on BetOnline. They moved to -7.5. You can go over to Bet Rivers or Desert Diamond. Again, this could be a close game. It could be. It just kind of like what Sean McDonough and Greg McElroy was saying last night. This Indiana team gives me LSU 2019 vibes with Joe Burrow and Chase and Jefferson. Like, this team is just like filthy. Filthy. So a lot of the books have it at -7.5, but you can go over to Bet Rivers, really the Canby Sportsbooks, guys, and you can get this at -7, which, if Miami does make this a close game and maybe Indiana makes a few mistakes on offense like Oregon did last night, then obviously this is going to be a closer game. So, all right, let's get back to the EV. I'd like to find some dabbles, some PrizePicks, some DraftKings Pick 6. Not really there. It's just not there right now. We'll finish up this. I'll go with finish up all 3 better discount plays because we just have a lot of good plays that we want to grab. They're solid. Points and assists for Mitchell. I like that. And then let's take a look at normally the points and assist market, guys, like I mentioned before. This is a market that only is offered by FanDuel. Wiggins on his points. Obviously, I don't like taking the under on both players on the same team. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. Trey Jones. Well, I'll take Trey Jones instead. It's a small edge, but again, the over 9.5 rebounds and assists. This is the Wemby discount on better, so we're just kind of knocking out all the better discounts right now because that's where the value is. So that's just how it goes. Dan, what's going on, man? I hope you had a great Christmas, New Year's. I'm in Mexico, so limited only. Bet online and any great bets for the wild card round. Appreciate that, man. Enjoy Mexico. Hola, no doubt about that. I'm going to be headed to Mexico in probably a month or two, and looking forward. I actually am headed back to Pittsburgh next week, but hopefully you enjoy Mexico, man. Have a good time. Yeah, this tip of play. The big news for those of you that tuned in yesterday, Dabble is now available in Arizona. So when you guys come out to visit Scottsdale or Phoenix, Make sure you're on Dabble because it's now available out here in Arizona. Skunky says, I don't see Miami stopping the offense, and Indiana's D is so tough too. Hoping for a good game. Probably bet it like a D-gen and ride the Hoosiers again. Definitely could. Definitely could do that, Skunky. Andrew says, born and raised in Bloomington, what's happening with IU football is absolutely unfathomable. No doubt about it. You could definitely say this is the first time we've seen a transformation in 2 years where a coach comes in and basically doesn't lose. I know they lost. I think he's lost, 2 games since he's been the coach at IU. He don't lose, period. Like his quote when he got hired, yeah, I win. Google me. It's basically true. So, all right, let's go over the sharp money tool and go back to take a look at this because this Bryce Young play, guys. This is something. This is definitely something. We don't want to forget about this. Someone has $7,500. They want this at -116. Bryce Young to throw an interception today. Circa's limit is about $1,000, $1,300. That's still a lot of dough. Now, obviously, they want this at a good price. Excuse me. They want this at -116 odds. So, yeah. By the way, speaking of Mexico, if my girlfriend's listening right now, I would love. Yo necesito un breakfast de Mexico, por favor. Por favor. Your guapo needs it. I need some Mexican breakfast this morning when I'm finished with the stream. That's where I'm headed to get some brunch a little bit. And I'm hoping we're having Mexican breakfast. Nothing like it. Let me see here. All right, so that's really the only play from the sharp money tool, at least from the DFS books, that I've been like, yo, we got to throw this on the slip. Bryce Young to throw a pick. So underdog or better, either one you could do this. Back in the EV tool, double checking to see if we have any pick six, any prize picks. Not really. Not really. But a lot of underdog and a lot of better. So I definitely want to make a slip with Bryce Young. And I was hoping to maybe do an underdog slip again. So we talked about Kobe White. These plays have been out here, guys. I shared this slip with White, George, and Leonard all on the overs. McConnell I could do as well. So let me go back to McConnell. And I'm going to add the Bryce Young to throw a pick on this slip as well. And then we're going to move on from DFS. Okay, and then do I have anything else that's decent? Not really here. So we're going to go, I already grabbed Whites. We'll grab George again on his PRA. Oh, they won't let me do it more than once. I forgot about that. I can't do it more than once. So I got to devig to somebody else like FanDuel because I can't play the same player on. It's a stupid rule. God, I hate it. But all right. We'll take Bam. Can we take Bam? It's a slight edge. Wiggins is better. We'll do Wiggins under on his points. 5.94 because it's McConnell. I don't really care about this slight nerf and correlation, guys, between McConnell and Wiggins. So here's that 3-pick slip. This has Bryce Young on it. No doubt about that, Anton. No doubt. I know she listens because she loves to live in the shadows. She doesn't really come out in the comments ever, my girlfriend, but she lives in the shadows, which I would say that's most of our women that are in our lives. You know, they're checking us out online. If you're married or you're with a girl, or you're dating a girl, probably a good chance they're peeping your profile every now and then, see who you like, see who likes you, all that good stuff. So she loves to live in the shadows. So Guapa, you know who you are. Okay, so let's go over the sharp money tool. And let's just select everything for today. And the markets, we're going to go main markets, player props. What's the top play? Bryce Young. Okay. Puka Nacua. Under on his catches. Interesting. This is a decent price to penny. It's not bad. It's okay. It's 14 cents off. Somebody wants this at -128 odds for $6,500. Pinnacle Circa is taking $1,000, which is pretty good liquidity for an NFL player prop. but this is 6.5 times that. So, that's a lot of dough. So what I'm saying is, all right, somebody wants this at minus 128 on the under. Where can I get this? Really, I mean, if you have a low VIG or BetMGM account, obviously that's where I would go. And then really can't get this anywhere else at that price. Bet 105 is next best at what, minus 139? So, which is a little steep for me, but MGM or low VIG would be where I would go to bet this under on Puka Nacua. The under on this game, Rams-Panthers, under 45.5. The price is minus 102. That's 10 cents off the Pinnacle, which I like that. I really like that. I don't, not crazy so much, and it's a good price to bookmaker, to bet online. It's okay to circa, but this under, guys, on FanDuel, minus 102, under 45.5. Excuse me. I'm in on it. I could do that. Don't mind it. So we're going to grab this under right now on the Sharp Money tool. And I know that FanDuel is going to let me bet whatever I want to bet. So that's cool. All right. So it's the main line, which is interesting, right? So normally, guys, when I bet this, I like to flat bet this. So, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to put $500 on this. I'm going to go a 200 spot on it. And I love betting unders. And the Rams have an excellent defense. So, under 45.5, Rams-Panthers, $200, minus 102. FanDuel, this is from the Sharp Money tool. Pinnacle's limit is $20,000, so it's not so much. I'm not betting this because, oh, wow, there's $5,500 out there. I'm betting this because, it's 10 cents off to Pinnacle, which I really like. And it's 12 cents off to Bookmaker. All right, Nacua, we talked about him before. Bryce Young on his rushing attempts, under 3.5 rushing attempts at plus 100 odds. Somebody wants this for $5,600 at plus 100 odds. We can get that price over at DraftKings or the Score, which is really good. So, okay. Don't have to tell me twice. So I'm going to go over to DraftKings to bet this right now. Not for today. Like I said, I bet Indiana yesterday at -7 when the lines opened up on BetOnline. But I'll definitely take a look on the EV tool for you, man. We'll take a look to see if there is. I was going to DraftKings. So yeah, I'll throw that up there for you, man. No doubt. And obviously right now, guys, the chat is for members only. Just members only right now, OGs, DGens. So always appreciate you guys chatting it up, chopping it up. So Bryce Young, under 3.5 rushing attempts. This is on the Score, or I'm going over to DraftKings. Rushing props. This is probably just the over, so we got to go rush attempts over under. Bryce Young. And again, guys, I'd like to bet this. What's my bonus? Ooh, I got a 30% all-purpose bonus for a max $100 wager. So I'll do that. I'll take it at plus 130 odds. That's fantastic. Okay. So I'm in at plus 130 now. Bryce Young. Got a great price and a little boost. Shout out to DraftKings. I'll put $100 on that. Lovely. Okay. So if we take a quick little look at just, we'll take a look at a couple different things in terms of, first for Dan. We'll take a look first at, let's look at anytime goal scores for the NHL. Not going to be a bet online market here, I can tell you that much. Oh, look at this goodness. A lot of NHL games today, guys. So, This has been my number one market in sports betting. Not even close, my ROI, compared to everything else. If you literally only watch this stream for one reason, watch it for NHL anytime goal scorers. That's it. Very profitable. Bryce Young's rush attempts on DraftKings just moved to minus 108 on the under. So got some CLV there. Zibanejad over on his goals. Really just a Hard Rock only play. This is only for Hard Rock. So if you are at Hard Rock, bet Zibanejad to score. Speaking of the score, plus 250, Josh Norris, Duck Sabres. You could bet this on Hard Rock as well. I would not bet this anywhere else. So either the score or Hard Rock for Josh Norris. Just Hard Rock for Zibanejad. You could bet Matthews on his under. I typically don't do that, but you can. Fiala, one of my good friends. This is on Camby or MGM. Very small edge on FanDuel. I would not bet that on FanDuel. Just over 2% edge, Fiala. Bet Rivers, Bally Bet. Let me see if my Desert Diamond has it. Oh, yeah, Desert Diamond has it. So I'm going to go bet this on Desert Diamond right now because I'll pull this up. And we'll hit it up. $80 on Fiala. I'll just round up to 100. It's cool for me. Now, again, guys, this is an 8 o'clock game, okay? So if you're not limited, maybe don't do this, right? Because this is way off in the distance. But I'm interested. Just waiting for this thing to load. There we go. All right, so let's go to hockey. We'll go to the Kings game. Kings-Oilers. And then we're looking for goal score. You can just come right down here to goal score. And it's going to go by team, guys. With Camby, it starts by team. So the Kings are first, then the Oilers are next. Plus 200. Make sure that's the correct odds. It is. Great. And, oh, I got to boost your game by 5% for a $100 max wager. I was going to bet $100. So now I get this at plus 210. That's awesome. So we get this at plus 210 odds, guys. Little extra boost, which makes that even more EV at plus 210 odds. That's a 5.5% edge. Shout out Desert Diamond for a little 5% boost. That's sick. And the odds boost. There we go. So Fiala, we're in on him. Josh Norris just popped up. Looks like, no, Josh Norris is still here. Never mind. Sorry. Hyman. Okay. It's below 2% edge. MGM FanDuel. Again, guys, like I don't think MGM's necessarily a sharp book, and FanDuel's offering the same price. So, yeah, I like that. So we're going to go over to, I'm going to bet this over on FanDuel for Hyman, plus 170. I'm going to probably just put $100 on him. And again, this is the 8 o'clock game. And I'll just kind of keep my eyes out here for, down the road for any more of those. Right here. Cool. $100. Bingo. There it is. So, the edge isn't crazy on Hyman, so I'm not betting a ton, but I'm going to bet something. For sure. Okay. Let me open this up now. And Dan, you were asking about BetOnline. And so if I just select only, let's do first and foremost, let's do college hoops to bookmaker. But let's only look at this for BetOnline at the moment to see what's up. 2 results, Dan. So Drake plus 6. That's good to bookmaker. So Drake's taking on Belmont today at 4. So Drake plus 6. And then a very small edge on Cal State Northridge money line. So for my BetOnline peeps, this is BetOnline only. For college basketball today, and there's a huge slate of games, that's what you could get. That's your 2 best options. So, Dan, I would probably say put a unit or 2 on Drake at plus 6. That's what I would do. All right. Let's open up the rest of sports books. And we'll jump into NFL player props, guys. But we're going to take a look at some college hoops right now. DVing the bookmaker. Main markets only. Wisconsin plus 17.5. Can I get this anywhere else? Not really. So this is a Hard Rock only play. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's an ARB to Pinnacle. It's an ARB to bookmaker. It's an ARB everywhere else. That's an awesome play. 4CX. No problem, man. No problem. 4CX, Florida State plus 4. This is an ARB to bookmaker. Bookmaker's kind of on an island here. Okay. Still, Chi-Town's, you can race me to it. It's telling me to take all of it. There's only $175 of liquidity. I'm really only interested in maybe taking about $100 on 4CX. But, again, this is an exchange that I use quite a bit. And so, Florida State. And we're looking at them at plus 4 at minus 101. So, again, guys, 4CX, big fan of this book. You can kind of come over here. I selected Florida State, take them at plus 4. You can see there's all kinds of different prices here. I can get this at minus 103 odds, which is still now not an ARB anymore, but $181. I'm just going to take $100. So, again, you just type in 100 here. And there you go. Here at the top, you're going to be able to see that I got Florida State. So there it is. So we grabbed Florida State at plus 4 for $100. Leaving a little liquidity. I feel bad when I take all the liquidity, so I like to leave a little bit out there. Okay. Profit X, $20, North Dakota State, Omaha. I love betting overs in the Summit division. Summit Conference, I should say. Summit Conference, probably my favorite conference to bet overs. Love doing that there with North Dakota State and Omaha. You can also get this on Bracco now at minus 102, so I could have bet a little bit more on Bracco. St. Bonaventure, Fordham, Profit X, $19. Don't overthink it. Go ahead and bet that. And we're going to get some Bracco going down right now. Let's go do this. Bracco. Definitely got some money over there that I want to hit up. Irish said 50% purchase match up to a $25 single bonus bet on Onyx. Appreciate that, Irish, with the daily Onyx update. Let me log into Bracco here. Showcase them a little bit on these streams, but I do use them. I'm going to showcase them on the stream here in front of you guys. I don't know if I'll get in trouble on YouTube because I don't know if it's a regulated sports book. I'm probably getting in trouble, but I'll wait for that slap on the wrist to happen. Pine Bluff, Texas Southern, over 164. Okay. So the one thing that is very important to note here, guys, is that, instead of just betting these blindly, I am logging into Bookmaker, and I'm taking, what's going on, Saints fan? How are you, man? I am going to take a look at, Pinnacle's taking $250. If Bookmaker's taking the same amount, then I want to look to see if there's any line movement. So one thing is you can kind of see that, Circa's taking $500. Appreciate that we have Circa's limits over here now, which is great. So Arkansas Pine Bluff, Texas Southern. There it is. And we're looking at the over 164. Yeah, so the problem here is that Bookmaker's taking $214 on this over-under. So there isn't really any sharp book right here that I'm like, I have to bet this over. The price is good on Bracco, but we're talking like Pinnacle's taking $250. Like, there isn't any liquidity in this game. So when we're looking at more at point spreads, I prefer to bet point spread, guys, because the books will always take more money on point spreads compared to totals. So if I'm looking at Drake, we talked about this earlier with Bet Online. This might be in the more games section today. Drake at +6. Yeah, Bookmaker's taking $5,400 on this spread. Okay, they're taking more money than Circa. They're taking more money than Pinnacle. They're taking almost twice the amount of money that they're taking on the spread here. So to get this at minus 106 on Drake, I think is really good. It's really good. So I'm kind of different. I'm going against the grain here with Pinnacle, but bookmakers taking more money than they are. So I think that's worth something. Again, if you don't want to play this at all, totally understand. But what you're going to kind of note here is that point spreads, the books take a lot more. So like same thing here with UIC and Illinois State. These are two very small schools. Now Pinnacle's taking $1,500 on this play. Let's see what bookmaker's taking. This is a Bracco play. But again, I mean, Pinnacle's only off by plus 102, so it's pretty much the same. Over 141.5. Yeah, there's only $1,100 being taken here. So again, Pinnacle's taking $1,500. You can see bookmaker on this game, guys, is taking $1,100 on the over 141.5. So when I have two sharp books that are taking roughly the same amount of money, just like Circa and bookmaker are more aligned on this play than Pinnacle, then I need to see line movement, right? And I'm not really seeing a lot of line movement here. So I'm just probably not going to touch this as much. It gives me confidence that Circa and bookmaker have a similar price. And we can get this at, 2 cents off to being a low hold. So it does interest me a little bit. Like it's hard for me to walk away from this one, if I'm being honest, because I wouldn't mind a little bit of a sprinkle here. And so it's pretty simple, guys. On Bracco, you just type in the search bar up here, Illinois State, Illinois, Chicago. It's really, really nice. They got some different options here. And we're looking at the over 141.5. They'll tell you the max wager is $500. So not bad. They want me to bet like 270. I'm not going to do that, but I will do $150. And there we go. We're in for $150 on this over. Nothing too crazy. We got it at plus 104. Looks like they just moved their price to plus 103. I don't think there's an auto mover on my account, but we'll have to find out. All right, down here, George Mason plus 1.5, $368 on ProfitX. Go bet that. Same with UL Monroe, Southern Mississippi, $86 out there. Go bet that. Wofford, and Mercer. This is on Canby. Again, Pinnacle, bookmaker, Circa, Bet Online, all roughly have the same price on this over, guys. This looks great. I would go even maybe bet this over. I don't know how bad it's going to be on Desert Diamond. Yeah, it's 2% edge. Yeah. But really good on Ballybet. If you guys can get this on Ballybet, go bet this. Okay. UC Davis on the money line doesn't really scare me at all. Cal State Northridge, money line, plus 129 is really good. Oak State, ProfitX, $147. Again, there's not enough liquidity here, guys, for me to really be scared. Oh, my goodness, there's a professional bettor on the other side that's trying to dupe me into betting $147. I don't really see it that way. Boise State, okay. All right. Here we go, Bet DSI. But we'll take a look at this Tulane play first. Tulane and UTSA. So this is what I do basically, guys, when I'm betting college basketball. Like I have bookmaker pulled up to the side, and I'm just checking every bet to see the liquidity. Like, is it any good? Is it any good at all? So every single bet that I'm looking at for college basketball, I'm just looking at the limits. Or I'm just not going to touch any of this, and I'm just going to live bet it, right? So the under 146 here, they're taking $1,100, a little bit less than Pinnacle. It's about the same amount of money that Circa's taking, but Circa and bookmaker are more closely aligned with their pricing. This looks just good on Bracco. So we're going to grab this for probably, again, another $150. Was it under 146? Is that it? Yep. Plus 102. Can't wait to see the day that I get limited there. Does it move? It does move. It immediately moves to plus 100. Okay, so I guess there's an auto mover on my account because we go from plus 102 to plus 100. So apologies, guys. Next time that I bet something on Bracco, I will pause and wait so that you guys can bet it first before I bet it and it moves. That's crazy. That's a wild one. Florida State plus 4. Okay, yeah. It moved in our favor. That's good to see. All right, so Bovada, Louisville, minus 21. This is Bovada play. Oh, that was so good. It's gone now. But okay. All right, there we go. Let's take a look right now at, I want to get into Onyx because I want to take advantage. We didn't hit the parlay yesterday on Onyx, which stinks. Let's take a look at some NFL player props. I'm going to opt into this boost that they have. So all we're going to do here is I'm just going to select one of my pre-save filters for NBA player props. And then I'm just going to switch this to NFL. Because it's a little easier doing it that way. We're using Pinnacle. We're using worst case, minus 150 to plus 130 odds range. We'll take a look at some anytime touchdowns as well. We won't forget about that. Okay. So, yeah, 50% purchase match up to $50 in bonus picks, which is great. We have a 60% parlay boost on Saturday playoff football. That is an insane boost, guys, on Onyx. 60% parlay boost. Really good. Really good. So since we're looking at player props, I'm going to open this market up, guys, to everything really quick. And we're going to try to hit up this Onyx boost because a 60% parlay boost is really good. Yeah, Anton, that hook was tough. That was a tough one. Okay, so we're looking for today. Jordan Love, under on his passing touchdowns. Now, again, with Onyx, I got to double check to make sure it's good to DraftKings. It's 2 cents off the DraftKings, which is fine by me. 60% boost, guys, is no joke. That's excellent. So, Love under on his touchdowns. Adams under on his receiving yards. Okay. Cole Kmet over on receptions. Packers first half money line. So, we're going to go with Adams. I mean, this isn't fun to do. Under on receiving yards, but we'll see. I don't normally like to bet unders on Devontae Adams. Not going to lie. Yeah, thanks, Harris. Just so everyone knows, it's a pretty good bonus. Go take advantage of it. Cole Kmet over 1.5 player receptions. Okay. So obviously there's only 2 games today, so one of these picks is going to be like an SGP. And for the receptions for Cole Kmet? Okay. And then come up here. It says some of my selections can't be combined into a single parlay. What are you talking about, Onyx? So they won't let me do Cole Kmet. So I got to get rid of that. What else do we got? Carolina first half money line. We'll take Packers first half money line. That's fine. It might seem a little against the grain going with this since we're taking Jordan Love under on his passing touchdowns, but doesn't really matter to me. Will they let me do this? No. So I might be having one of those moments, guys, where maybe I'm just really dumb. But can anyone try to explain this to me and how I'm going to cook this up? On Saturday playoff football. Yeah. Well, there's only 2 games today. So I have to run a 3-leg parlay. So that means 2 of the legs are going to be deemed same legs. Okay, so then let me do it for totals. I'm just kind of playing around right here, guys, just to see what's up. Okay, so what about the Panthers first half money line? Was that what? Can I like grab that? So they'll let me do it now. Okay, let me go back to this Packers one because I'd rather bet the Packers on the first half money line than the Panthers. Yeah, it's not letting me do it for the Packers. I don't know if this is. Let me try the Bears, just for shits and giggles. Yeah, so they're not letting me do it. Oh, it has to be an SGP. I don't know if that's necessarily true, Irish, because let me see here. Yeah, so they're letting me do this. They're letting me do this with Adams, Love, and the Panthers. So this isn't an SGP. All right, fuck it. I don't care. It's only $20. I'm not going to waste the whole stream just for this. It's not really worth it to spend 20 minutes on this. This is what I can't stand about Onyx. So it's not an SGP because I have a leg here for Jordan Love, but they wouldn't let me put the Packers first half money line, which is probably just the website being shitty. I just think it's just Onyx is a shit sports book. There you go. I mean, I love the boost that they offer, but just the functionality of this website just sucks balls. Just like, come on, help a brother out. All right, so that's what we're going with. We're going with Carolina Panthers first half money line, this is a very long shot play with that Panthers play. Under on Adams, and then Jordan Love under on his passing touchdowns. $20 pays us out $368 total. So there we go. It's EV. It's a little bit more EV than the Packers. It's just a bigger underdog. Should have took maybe first quarter money line. All right, let's get back on track now with just NFL player props. I guess since I'm resetting everything, guys, let's start with anytime touchdowns. And we have 4. This is looking at the entire weekend. Puka Nacua. Fanatics. Oh my gosh, yes. I've mentioned this before, guys. Even on limited Fanatics account, you can still bet sometimes $50 on anytime touchdown scores. So definitely grab this or on no vig if you want to. 2.5% edge. I'm going to try to get some money over there on Fanatics because I don't think I have anything in there right now. That's a very good play. You can bet unders if you want to on Adams and Josh Allen. I normally don't. One thing that I'll say that for those of you that have been watching the Bills and playoff football for over the years, Josh Allen with his legs, he just like activates them during the playoffs. He runs way more in the playoffs with his legs because obviously it's the playoffs. So I don't know how much I really like this under, but the price is good. I personally don't really know how much I like it. Josh Jacobs on parlay play, small edge here if you wanted to add this on a slip on parlay play. So Puka looks good. I like that. Okay. Let's now take a look at just NFL player props in general. D-Vig to Penny. And we'll take a look at the NFL. What do we got? Speaking of Cole Kmet. Patrick says, good morning, Billy. Not trying to stop you. What you're doing, just want a couple filters for like soccer and tennis. Yeah, I know there's a big shout out to, by the way, a couple things. Speaking of soccer, shout out to AFC Wrexham for a huge win against Nottingham. That was huge. So I watched the first couple seasons of the Wrexham documentary, so super happy for that town and the club. That was a huge win in PKs. They're moving on to the 4th round of the FA Cup, which is sick. And then for tennis, yeah, we do have the Brisbane. We got some stuff going on with tennis. So we'll take a look at the so no doubt, Patrick, we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. Cole Kmet, we just talked about him on Onyx. Obviously, this is a good price, guys, on any of the Canby sports books. On DraftKings at plus 105, that's pretty good. Excuse me. Still getting over being sick on the other side of it, but we're feeling that the sore throat's definitely feeling better today. So I'm going to hit this up on DraftKings. I was going to put this on the parlay. So we'll go over to DraftKings and I'll hit this up for Cole Kmet. Got to refresh for my location. So if I'm getting this at plus 105 odds, it's still $300 they want me to put on this. I'm probably going to go a little bit less. What's the rewards that we have today, by the way, for DraftKings? Anything good? King of the end zone, I'll opt into that. Okay, cool. Stepped up parlays. Touchdown parlay boost. Daily drop. I love these daily drops. SGP boost. I also love that when I click these now, DraftKings doesn't automatically take me over to that. Profit boost to use on any live or SGP today. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Let's go to NFL and Kmet. I don't have the balls to bet $300 on Cole Kmet. I'm not going to lie. To get 2, he's at plus 104. Can I get this at plus 105 if I go to his over-unders? Yes, I can. Always hunt for the best price, guys. Always get that best price. There you go, Irish. Yeah, Rick, I think me, you, and like 95% of America is like have been sick since the beginning, since the new year, man. I've been fighting it. And I'm on the other side of it, but then yesterday morning, it was like 2 days ago, it was like a sore throat. Now that's kind of dissipating. I'm going to go 200 on Cole Kmet. I don't have it in me to do 300. I really don't. But we'll go 200. All right. Kyron, it's a decent amount of liquidity for his rushing yards on the over. Or maybe, do we have like a conniption? There it is. But it's an ARB to Pinnacle, guys. Pinnacle's taking 2K. No Vig's taking 1,900. ARB to Pinnacle, I don't know. I kind of like that. Kind of like that on No Vig. It's a lot of liquidity, but I don't mind that because it's an ARB. I can justify that a little bit more. Caleb, $300 here. I'd bet that. Sports Zeno, Jalen Coker over 3.5 catches. Okay. Any of the traditional rec books we can get some bets in on? Doesn't look like it. Adams under on his receiving yards. Kyron to score a touchdown. Yo, let's go. FanDuel right now. I like that. There's someone that's going to score a touchdown. This just popped up on FanDuel. So I will be happy to bet this. Kyron anytime TD. Minus 115. We'll go 300 on this one. All right, $300. Kyron, anytime TD. Giddy up. Again, guys, I just don't tell you what to bet. I put my money where my mouth is. I like this play. Bingo. So we'll take that. All right, and then I will go back to the well on Devontae Adams. This looks pretty good. But let's see. Oh, yeah. Big time movement from Pinnacle. I'm in on that. Again, not always a huge fan of betting unders on Devontae Adams or Puka. They want me to bet like 240, so I'll just make it a 250 spot. Bingo. All right, there we go. 250 on Devontae. Under. DraftKings. Just under a 3% edge. I like that. You can do this on ProfitX as well, guys, if you want to. Cool. All right, so we hit up Kyron. That's a good one. It's almost 3%. I really like that a lot. Yeah, Luther Burden might not be a bad one. Dan, if you're still here, Chuba Hubbard over on his rushing yards. Bet online, minus 115. It's just under a 2.5% edge. I would say I would entertain anything that's over 2% edge plays. So Chuba to get 25 rushing yards. You can also grab his receiving yards here on FanDuel if you wanted to. So probably going to pause there because I'm going to go after anything that's over 2.5%. But again, it's out there. 24.5 rushing yards on the over at -115. Okay. Speaking of tennis and speaking of soccer. So I do have a tennis already set up, ready to go. Based off my criteria that I have, let's just remove this edge. That shows a little bit. Okay, so all of these plays here are under 2%, which, There is a tennis match that has about a 1.2% edge on the under here today, a women's match with Valentova and Vera. But really everything else here, guys, is probably too low for me to bet. So if you're looking to bet tennis, this is all DVigging to Pinnacle. You don't need to divig to any other sports book. Pinnacle's goated. They're super, super sharp for tennis and soccer. So, Irish PP free square. Like I said, we got a lot to get to. I try my best to get to everything. Appreciate you letting me know about that. So, yeah, I'm not interested enough on tennis. Just it's too low. It's too low. So yeah, not really. Let's take a look at. But if you want to, I would say that would be the play. The under 19.5. Do I have a soccer one? No, don't have a soccer one. That's fine. Let's go main markets, leagues, soccer. There's a ton of them. So I wouldn't mind going after the main ones. Let's just choose the main leagues right here, guys. Something that I've definitely forgotten about. For today, it looks like there's three, just DVigging the Pinnacle. Draw on AS Roma, okay? The under 2.5 and the German Bundesliga. This is about a 2% edge. It's plus 160. Pinnacle's at plus 142. And they've moved a lot. So I'm going to go over to Desert Diamond to bet this, guys. This match starts in, and you're going to see this a lot with tennis right before the match starts. A lot of just flurry of activity. So I'm going to go over to Desert Diamond to bet this under because this match starts in like 40 minutes. Canby Sportsbook. And we're looking at the under 2.5 at plus 160. Let me mention this for you guys that are limited on Canby. If you're limited on Canby for betting NBA player props, you can still probably, I'm willing to bet that you can get some decent money down on this market. If you've never bet soccer before, you should be able to get that no problem. So I'm literally just typing in Stuttgart. Apologies for anyone that's German if I screwed up how you pronounce it. And they're playing Bayer. And they're telling me to bet $180. And so we're looking at match. I'm looking at the under 2.5 at 165. That's an even better price. Making sure I got the right matchup. Yeah. So this is 165. This is even better. Under 2.5 for 250. There we go. All right. So soccer match, under 2.5. There it is. I like that. I like that a lot. Desert Diamond. Appreciate Desert Diamond for a 250 spot at 165. Really good price. I might have made me screw that up, but we'll see. I might have made me bet the wrong market. We'll have to see about that. Or I bet the wrong team, but I'm pretty sure I got everything correct. It's now plus 155. Interesting. Okay. That's soccer at the moment in terms of main leagues, main markets. You can get the under 3 over at BetUS, which is pretty good. Okay. Soccer at the moment in terms of the major leagues here, guys. all the big popular ones. So let's reset this. Let's go back to DFS. Oh, the Asian lines? Oh, appreciate that. Yeah, I forgot about the Asian lines. I forgot about that one, Wilbo. Because I obviously haven't bet much soccer this year, but in the past I have. But I forgot about Asian lines. Yeah, appreciate that. He said, if you select under 2.5 on that, it's often a couple of cents better. Yeah, it's plus 163 on Desert Diamond. So in this case, it's not, but I appreciate that tip because that's definitely, I can definitely see that being the case. Honestly, it's probably the one thing I still haven't quite figured out with Asian lines betting football is that. That's a tough one. Irish was mentioning how there's a free square on PrizePicks. Do we have anything on PrizePicks right now? Yeah, we do. We do. Let's head over here and do this. Over on the passing yards, we can go then with Miles Bridges on his rebounds. And then what's the other one? Roslovic, NHL. I don't mind that. The over 1.5 shots on goal. All right. I don't know what they'll let me play for this, but we're going to submit this right now. I think they're only letting me do $5. Okay. So I can only play this for $5. But still, this is the Caleb Williams free square on PrizePicks. Bingo. Okay. I want to go over, because we got a lot to do. We haven't even looked at NBA player props yet. Before we do that, I do want to look at some long shot touchdowns for this NFL game, for both NFL games. So we talked about Kyron Williams. We're on him for just anytime touchdown. But, they got some different stuff going on over here on like DraftKings and on FanDuel. And, definitely want to take a look to see this king of the end zone. Saturday king of the end zone. I always forget what it is. I can minimum bet $5. Scores the longest touchdown. Okay. So long touchdown opportunities here. Teteroda McMillan has a chance. He's obviously an explosive playmaker. I'm really just scrolling here to see if DraftKings shows as the best option, like they do for Carolina's defense. I'm just looking to see if DraftKings shows as the best. Hunter, that's pretty good. But we want to go after the long. We also want good odds, but we want someone that has the chance to score the longest touchdown, which obviously Puka can do that. Ronnie Rivers. Okay. Tet is, not really. Tutu Atwell. He got some wheels, but no. Xavier Legette's definitely a guy that can get down the field, but he has to catch the ball. That's the problem for him. And then let's take a look at the Bears-Packers game. I think Luther Burton's a great pick as well because he's got wheels to burn. DeAndre Swift could get it done too. Christian Watson, obviously a big play guy. Odds aren't great. Really not great at all. I'd rather do that on FanDuel. Not thinking about doing the tight ends, but they could. It could happen. Cole Kmet's odds are Swift's odds actually are pretty good on DraftKings. I like DeAndre Swift's odds. They're maybe not very plus EV, but they're the best. DJ Moore's not bad. Wilson, okay. So at the moment, I'm leaning DeAndre Swift, which is not that big of a long shot, obviously. Luther Burton compared to Fanatics and FanDuel's not the best. It's good to Pinnacle. It's not bad. Not bad at Pinnacle, I should say. Matthew Golden, okay. So pick what you want with this one, guys. I would say I'm going to go in for DeAndre Swift. Because I like the odds that we're getting, and I also just like the fact that he's definitely got the wheels to do so. But I understand if you guys want this $5 bet, so if you want to go a little bit more longer shot odds on this, cool by me. And there we are, $5 on Swift. All right. Out of curiosity for first touchdown scores, because, we like betting first touchdown scores too. Anything that really flash, I'm just going to see if anything flashes. Swift on DraftKings. Okay. It's not bad, actually. Cole Kmet. Caleb Williams on the score. Kind of forgot about MGM. There's just too many books popped up right now. Brooks, Josh Wiley, plus 5,000 for Wiley. What else do we got here? The score from a Nun guy, not really. It's not like nothing that I'm like super excited about. I might have missed something. Got some value on Circa for sure if you think that Circa is the book that you want to attack. But Devin Duvernay. Okay, hold up. On Circa, I would definitely take a shot on Devin Duvernay. Just a sprinkle there, plus 9,000. That looks incredible. If Circa's the sharp one here, then obviously it's not very good. Josh Jacobs at 550. You can get this on MGM to go along with Circa. Not bad. But Swift at 900 is pretty decent. Okay. And let's take a look at the Rams-Panthers game in terms of first touchdown score. Okay, 2-2 Atwell. I got to put something on this one. I don't mind doing a little 2-2 Atwell. So that's plus 10,000. That just seems kind of like a fun one. First touchdown score, 2-2 Atwell. Appreciate Anton saying, be sure to look for value on No Vig for first-time TDs on their site because you can get cashback rewards if you bet enough. Where's 2-2? There he is. First touchdown score. What's the max wager for me? Let me bet $100. All right, guys, we're in for $100 to win 10 grand on 2-2 Atwell. $10,100. So we'll see what happens there. First TD score. That's a fun one. So I don't mind throwing $100 on 2-2 and seeing what happens there. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. What else we got? Xavier Smith. Xavier Smith, guys, this is really good. I'm not familiar with your game, Xavier Smith. You say the same maybe for Ronnie Rivers. But Xavier Smith, he's on the Rams as well. This one's pretty crazy. So we'll throw 2 long shot plays down for these. Xavier Smith and 2-2 Atwell. See if one of them can hit for us. That would be sick. Okay. I'm pretty happy with what we got there. Some big-time long shot plays. Bryce Young, yeah, not really. And then Stafford on rushing, not really so much. Okay. Back over to the EV tool. And let's just select all the DFS books right here, and let's get back to this. We're going to go look at DFS once more. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's look at some player props. Before, we already give love to some we already gave some DFS love. Let's look at some NBA player props. Okay, Bam to not get a double-double on Sportzino. Interesting. Brandon Miller, under on his points, is probably an ARB to Pinnacle. It is. So that's always a good play. Miller under on his points, under 19.5, Jazz Hornets. Wemby over on rebounds, okay. MGM. You can get this at minus 10. You can get this at plus 100 on the Canby books and Fanatics, which is good. Minus 105, though, on DraftKings is still a 4% edge play, guys. So if you want to grab Wemby over 9.5 rebounds, I'm going to go over to DK and hit this up. Spurs and the Celtics. And again, let me before I go ahead and bet this, it's about a $300 bet they're telling me to wager. Okay. So we'll go in for this at a 250 spot. I like 250. 250 on Wemby. So we're in on Wemby on DraftKings. Kalal Ware, over on his points. Arb to Pinnacle. You can get this at FanDuel plus 112. What's up here? Not much. There's not like massive movement, but I would like this. Over 10.5. It's probably going to be his alt points. Yeah, plus 110, plus 112. What's the max bet? $89 for me, so I'll take that. There we go, 89. Bam. All right, I'm in on that one. Cool. Wemby over on his PRA. This is on Fanatics. Can we get this anywhere else? Not really. Still maybe an edge over on the Canby books at minus 104, but I don't know if it's good enough. It's about a 3% edge. It's okay. It's all right with Wemby over on his PRA. Kawhi on his PRA over at Novig. There's only $469. I know that's less than Pinnacle's limit, but it's an arb to Pinnacle, so I would still want to bet that. Naz Reid under on points. Under 12.5. It's a low hold to Pinnacle. Again, the under's at plus 114 on Bet Rivers. The over on Pinnacle is at minus 114. So that's the same exact number. So it's a 0% edge hold. Always like those types of plays. Always. So grab that over on Bet Rivers. Harrison Barnes on the score, over 10.5 points. Not an arb, not a low hold, so we'd ideally like to see some type of line movement from Pinnacle. And this early in the day, we might not see that. That's kind of the truth. By the way, guys, tomorrow streaming again at 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to do it again. Sam Bennett, Irish says, okay, we got to take a look at that. Because if it's anytime goal scorers, I'll drop it all for that. Bingo. Appreciate that, Irish. Yeah, that's a good one. So Bennett plus 180 FanDuel. Smaller, you could still get this on Canby if you wanted to, guys, at 175. It's not nearly as good, but it's not bad. They're telling me to bet $200. We've bet some Sam Bennett this year, no doubt about that. Can I bet 200? No, I can only bet 138. Wow. Okay. So I'll bet 138. I'll bet the max to make basically $250. 138 on Sam Bennett. I'm in for my max. Not much else has changed on the board. The under on McKinnon popped up. Ha! Look at that. We bet it on FanDuel. Can't get that price anymore. We bet this earlier on the stream at plus 170, and they moved to plus 160. Again, guys, it's a very simple filter, but it kicks ass. So it just works. Oh, Sam Bennett just moved to plus 175. So appreciate the shout out there, Irish. I was able to get that in there because now Sam Bennett is 175. I just watched it move on the screen over here. So, okay. That's where I'm going to pause, guys. I know we try to jump through as much. We got tennis, we got soccer, we got NFL, NBA, NHL, college hoops. There was a lot. We try to go through it all. Back on tomorrow, doing it again, 11 a.m. Eastern, getting ready for 3 wildcard games tomorrow. Enjoy the NFL wildcard games today, the NBA, NFL, NHL, college hoops. A lot going on. An action-packed Saturday. Have an awesome Saturday, guys, and I'll talk to you guys mañana. Adios.